Caspma. I work with the National Math and Science Initiative, and I'm here tonight to just give you some information about our program and answer any questions you might have. I had the opportunity to come out to the high school last Monday and get to know the teachers, get to know some of the students, and I just have to say, you know, that you have a great school here. Our teachers are really strong, and all the students were really respectful. I've done a lot of parent meetings, and this is a great turnout, so just thank you for your enthusiasm. So tonight I want to talk a little bit about what advanced placement courses are, just for those of you who maybe have a child who's taking one for the first time, what our program is all about, who we are, and how our program will impact and benefit your district. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar, AP or advanced placement courses are owned by the College Board. So the College Board also owns the right to the PSATs, the SATs, and so they own a series of AP exams and course frameworks that, you know, a lot of high schools across America participate in. An AP course is supposed to mimic a college-level undergraduate course. It's obviously taught by the high school teacher, but it is supposed to have a similar level of rigor that you would see in a 101 level freshman course. At the end of the school year, or in May, the students then sit for an AP exam, and it's graded on a scale of 1 through 5. If you score a 3, 4, or 5, that's considered to be qualifying, and over 90% of colleges and universities will accept AP credit as credits or for advanced placement in their university. Okay, so what NMSI does, or National Math and Science Initiative, I'll refer to it as NMSI, we support AP Math, Science, and English courses in our partner schools. And so I just listed up here the courses that we'll be supporting at Deer Lake. So the information I'm going to give you tonight is in reference to the AP English courses, Math, and Science. All right, so when I talk to students and I talk to parents about supporting their students in AP classes, I talk about 3 benefits. The first and most important benefit is that by taking an AP class, you're essentially practicing college for 2 years in a safe space, right, with a teacher who's supporting you, with the same supports that you'd see in a high school class versus being in a college lecture. What we know is that 1 in 3 students who are admitted to college, so you know, they're graduating, they're getting accepted into college, 1 in 3 of them need some form of remediation before they can enter into English 101 or calculus or whatever the course is. So that's pretty scary, because in my mind, what that's saying is that we're graduating a lot of students and sending them off, and they're not ready for that level of rigor. And so what an AP class does is, especially if you're taking it as early as 10th grade, 11th grade, it gives you that practice, that you're practicing college, like I said, with the supports of a high school. Nationally, the data suggests that if you do score 3, 4, or 5 on your AP exam, you're 3 times as likely to graduate college in 4 years than students who don't take those exams and aren't in those courses. And again, that's not shocking, because it's essentially practicing college. The second reason, college admissions officers want to see AP or a different college level course. So some schools, instead of having an AP program, they have an IB program. That's what I mean by college prep course. They want to see that the student self-selected to take that, because they know that they're taking on the added rigor, that they're sticking with it. It's evidence of academic perseverance and grit, and it's, you know, a lot of these admissions officers are maybe spending, you know, 5 to 7 minutes reviewing an application package, and what they look for is that AP on the transcript, because it's evidence to support, you know, the student that I'm going to stick with it. You know, give me a spot in your program, give me some scholarship money. It's evidence for them to really reinforce the idea that this is a good applicant. And then lastly, the student has an opportunity to earn credit, which will obviously help them either get through college faster, save them some money, or allow them room in their schedule to take something of interest. So I just, you know, at this time, a lot of you are sophomore and junior students will probably start thinking about a list of colleges that they're interested in. Most colleges list their AP credit policy right on their website. The College Board pulls from all the colleges' websites, puts it on their website. They're very transparent about what their policy is. I pulled the University of Pittsburgh. It is a pretty competitive school in this region. It's ranked number 66 in the U.S. News and World Report. And so they primarily will take 4s and 5s for AP credit at their institution. If you, get more competitive, they might, Ivy League schools might only take 5. If you get less competitive, they'll start taking 3s. But this just shows you, a college in our area, they have a very transparent credit policy. And if students are taking, 4 AP classes by the time they graduate and are earning 4s and 5s, they can roll in essentially a semester of coursework and go to college as a second semester freshman, or if they're taking even more, go in as a sophomore, whatever it is. So the National Math and Science Initiative, or NMSI, we're a non-for-profit based out of Dallas. We started in 2007. What our focus is and our goal is to prepare more students to enter the STEM workforce. So there's an interesting statistic that in 10 years, 60% of the jobs that will be available have not yet been invented because of our rapid growth in the STEM fields. So what NMSI does is we want to have more students feeling confident to go into a STEM field in college and then obviously go into the workforce. We also want all students to graduate high school being college and career ready, and we do that through 3 different programs. The program I'm going to be talking about today and that Deer Lakes is participating in is the first program, the College Readiness Program. We do have 2 other programs that, and if you're interested, I'll stay around and I can talk more about that. So our College Readiness Program, and all the information, just as a side note, all the information that I'm sharing, there is a 1-pager on your way out if you're interested in grabbing it. So what we do is we dramatically increase the number of students participating in and performing well on AP, Math, Science, and English exams. We particularly try to target students who maybe they never thought they were going to take an AP course. They didn't feel that it was the right place for them, or they've never been pushed to do it. And we want all students to have the opportunity to take AP, particularly if they're college bound. Because again, going back, we need them practicing college and high school so we know that they'll be ready to handle that rigor once they get there. So it's a 3-pronged approach. We have teacher support, student support, and school support, and I'll go into detail on these 3 areas. How do we perform? Well, in our partner schools, we see that AP Math, Science, and English qualifying scores go up by 114% in a school that participates. We are in a wide variety of schools. My background, I was at Pittsburgh Public Schools for 5 years before coming on board with NMSI. We implemented in the city schools, and it went very well. That they expanded. They started out with 2, expanded to 5, and then we're in 30 states. I think 750 something schools. So this program, we're not just in a certain school in a certain area. We're all over, and we have those similar results. Okay, so our support for teachers. All of the AP Math, Science, and English teachers here attended a 4-day summer institute over the summer, and the purpose is to provide them with content training. They really were essentially students in an AP course, it was being facilitated by an expert AP presenter from across the nation. So teachers that have been teaching the course for a while and have a record of getting really great scores, particularly with students who needed that scaffolding and needed that extra support. In just a few days, the teachers will again attend a 2-day workshop, which is just a follow-up to that summer to say, here are all the things we did over the summer, then the school year started, things got crazy, where are you, what do you need help in, what can we support you with? All students will take a mock exam so that in May, it's not the first time they're experiencing that, and the teachers will come back together and actually grade it with the help of College Board readers who do the grading in June and July. For our non-AP teachers, they participate in what we call laying the foundation training. We know students do not wake up on the first day of 11th grade ready for a college level course, and that those skills need to be introduced in a grade appropriate way much sooner. And so, in 9th grade, the 9th grade English teacher, attended a training to see how can I word my questions, what assignments can I provide my students with that will give that pipeline so that when they get to 11th grade and they're taking AP English language, they've seen a rhetorical analysis question before and it's not shocking for the first time. And then lastly, every AP teacher is assigned a mentor who again is someone who might not even be in the state but is available to provide them with content resources. If the teacher is, this lab, I can't figure out, am I doing something wrong? It's that content person that's there to support them, by email or by phone call. For students, all AP Math, Science, and English students have the opportunity to attend Saturday study sessions, and again, I believe that handout was available. So it's 3 Saturdays that the students come together and are taught by, again, those expert AP teachers. So their teacher is present, their teacher is in the classroom, but the session is being run by someone, again, could be in the state, might be from Texas, wherever, that is coming to deliver that information to review for the AP exam. The school over 3 years, they get an equipment grant of $35,000 to provide the teachers with resources and equipment that they need for their AP class. NMSI also pays for half of all AP Math, Science, and English exams. We try to help with any kind of financial barrier that might be in the way of the student sitting for the exam. And then the teachers are committed to just having extra help tutorial sessions up to 40 hours a year, which basically boils down to being available 1 hour a week. And again, the financial support, so I talked a bit about the exam cost. Student awards, students, again, for math, science, and English exams, if they do earn a 3, 4, or 5, NMSI will award them with $100. And I talked about the equipment and supply grant, but so this year, as year 1, the school was able to spend $15,000. Next year it'll be 10, and the third year it'll be 10. All right, so I know there's a big agenda. I don't want to take up much more time, but I will certainly stay around if you have questions, whether your student is already participating in an AP Math, Science, or English class, or if they're looking to do so in the next year or so. So thank you very much.